versatile and open-minded person, but that seems a little crazy to me. It is Chicago, it is the city, it is uptown, so this first poem is based on this sort of dissociative experience of noticing people leaving their doors ajar. It's called Confessional. Sometimes I pee in your bathroom. I turn on the faucets and the rushing water helps me get done fast. I like the sound of your toilet flushing. My own is nothing to write home about. In fact, it's kind of slow and draggy. I asked the landlord to fix it, but he has bigger fish to fry. I always pay my rent on time, but no. Your door was open. It's a secure building, but I double lock mine. You can't be too careful. Once I stepped into your tub. Those colorful sea life decals really made my day. I took off my shoes first. I wished I could have taken a bath then and there, but I got scared. I jumped out and grabbed my shoes, and when I saw my reflection in the mirror, I was as white as a ghost. I won't do that again. Your soap smells nice. I read that for a high school audience, and then there was a Q&A afterward, and then that's the only poem anyone wanted to talk about. Let me see, so... Yeah.
They're so literal.
Well, they are. They were. It was a great day, period. But it's like I enjoyed being able to really dig into Confessional. They're still leaving the doors ajar. They have the new doors I saw when I was leaving today. Someone had left their door ajar. Well, I look forward to their bathroom. So I teach. Maybe that's no surprise. It's actually I had a lot of crummy jobs before I came to teaching. And this poem is based on an email that a student sent me. I just finished my semester. This is a current student of mine. It's called My Absent, with 4 exclamation points. I'm sorry I didn't make it to class today, but if you would have seen my face was full of something's red and it's called allergic. I wake up, scare my mom, see me, and ask me, what's wrong? I said, I don't know. I seen myself in the mirror and I got real scared. Also, I am writing you to let you know that my advisor said to tell my teachers that I am pregnant.
Yeah, sure.
I did got to school, but late some people from class seen me and they said what happened. They told me to tell you, but not be scared. It's just an allergic thing. I got to class, but you were not there. I wanted you to see me. I live an hour and a half away from school. I catch the bus on time, but I got here late. Real sorry. Please let me know what you did in class today, and thank you, and have a great weekend. Valet. He accepts the keys of strangers, squeezes cars into spaces, retrieves them with a ticket, running, always running. More cars means more tips, extra money. A good day is a full pocket, a bad day spent standing around, eagerly eyeing the entrance for customers. The worst, tip with a smile, driving off in a flash. If he could remember those faces next time, tires would go flat from a well-placed nail or a taillight mysteriously smashed. Next time, he'd even the score for everyone untipped. But all he ever sees or remembers is the next car, and where, God damn it, can he possibly park it? I love valets. I don't know how they do it. So this is a little bit longer, and it's a mashup poem. It's called Power Bar Pro meets Ferret Expert. And I was looking at a power bar, not something I'm always either eating or looking at, and I noticed it had like a hotline number, and I thought, there's a hotline for power bars? But there's a hotline for everything. So I had to go online and kind of look at the questions that were being asked. And then I thought, what would be like the most absurd thing that could be juxtaposed with it? And to be honest, I don't remember how I got to ferret care. It was something that somebody said or that I saw. And so I went online and I started looking up these ferret care sites. And I tried to pick the most interesting questions and then pair them up with the most interesting combinations of responses. So here we go. Power Bar Pro meets Ferret Expert. I'm a vegetarian cyclist. I do consume milk products, but no meats or eggs. Do any of your products fit into a lacto-vegetarian lifestyle? Young ferrets or kits can play roughly, but with handling and training, you should get out of their biting stage before adulthood. You did not mention if your ferret was neutered. Some intact males can be more aggressive when they are in rut, but this is usually aimed at other ferrets and not at their owners. Do I still need to focus on hydration during long runs outside in the winter months? I don't seem to sweat as much. I tend not to let my ferrets around the Christmas tree for a number of reasons. Ferrets are capable of climbing the tree, which could cause a problem, including an injury from falling or injury from the pine needles. Ferrets may also eat the ornaments or the gifts under the tree. Ferrets might try to drink the tree water, and that water can be a breeding ground for bacteria. Ferrets might get sap in their fur. Hello, I'm 62 years old. I ride with a bicycle group. What would you recommend for me when we take a break midway through a 30 or 40 mile ride? The best thing to do is to either spray some bitter apple on your wrist so that you don't taste good to her, or lift your hands up off the floor when you see her coming. If you have to have your hands on the floor for some reason, be sure to tell her no when you see her approach your wrists. If she goes after you anyway, pick her up by the scruff like her mom would and tell her no very firmly, and then set her down again. I'm going to kayak from Scotland to the Faroe Islands. It is possible this trip will take 3 full days with cold nights and colder seas. Which of your products would you recommend? What sort of quantities, and how should I balance them? This is my favorite part of living with ferrets, the bottle brush tail. An excited, scared, or exploring ferret will seem to burst with emotion, and it shows in its tail. The official name for this is piloerection, but ferret owners call it bottle brush tail because the tail resembles the brush used to clean a bottle. I would describe it as fluffy and prickly as the hair on their tail stands on end. Unless something is causing your ferret to be nervous or upset, then he is expressing his excitement at being able to explore outside his familiar cage. My 14-year-old daughter swims 2 hours every day. Could you suggest the best combination of products to help keep her from tanking? In order to enrich her, focus on her senses of smell and sound. Play music, talk to her, be a little noisy when you're coming to interact with her, and find toys that have bells or some other noisemaker in them. For her sense of smell, hide treats in her cage, give her a stinky shirt to play with, or bring in smells from outside. I kind of love the idea of your 14-year-old daughter being put in the cage, bringing in the smells from outside. It's creepy. So a number of years ago, one of the chapbooks I did was called I Am Spam, and it was based on a bunch of spam emails. And it was actually the spam subject lines that I used as the titles of the poems, and then what I wrote was just completely different. And this is one that was orphaned from that project, and the subject line just said Red Lobster Blues. Because they loved the crabs too much, the customers at Red Lobster, management was taken in the back and beaten with jumbo shrimps. Questioned about such plentiful platefuls of servings, black eyes blinked and trembling Adam's apples fell, but they were hungry, was their confession. I'm supposed to say an inveterate reader of social media, and I don't know. I spend too much time looking at things I shouldn't, I guess. Somehow I got to this article that was called "Inside the Lives of Royal Bachelors," and here's a quote from it: "Just as two castles were never built the same, so too were there never two castles furnished the same. A lot depended on the wealth of the lord." And then this poem came from it, which is a rhyming poem. Moats overflowing with champagne, poured by serfs, then served by dukes. After a night of princely partying, the next in line to the throne pukes into a polished pewter pot embossed with runes and jewel encrusted. His vomitus aristocraticus opulent with DNA is thus entrusted by decree to the royal physician, who fastidiously sieves the coarser matter, then cryogenically preserves for future generations vital monarchical matter. Horse-drawn carriages careen vast castle grounds, earls and counts shout and shoot pistols and mock duels, sip tea from delicate bone china, and spear kiwi fruit cubed for ease of edibility by vigilant valets. In colossal carved fireplaces, African blackwood and Clan William cedar burns to ashes, smeared across faces like war paint. Princelings ascending tapestries, swinging like sovereign Tarzans in quest of Empress James to be ravaged upon the silks and quilts of imperial divans. There's a lot of feet in those lines. I got my MFA also later than some folks, and I went to a low residency program. The beauty of that is that you only go 2 weeks, twice a year, and meet up with everybody. And the program that I met up at, make a long story short, I preferred to stay at a hotel. There were the other offerings for students was less pleasant. So got some interesting material from that. So this is called Checkout. This is completely true. Housekeeping's rattling cart rolls past in stereo. Shifting shadows ripple ruffled curtains, quivering in the steady, high cool of air conditioning. Last night, well past the posted 10 o'clock curfew, sweaty guests splashed in the pool, chlorine puckering sun-swollen hands and reddening whites of eyes. Later, hydraulic brakes hissed, a door slammed. Boot steps approached, stopped, paused in cricketed quiet, interrupted by the plosh of something big hitting water, and walked away. Vacuum cleaner wheezes through thin walls. Car engines start, idle, then depart. 6 cigarette butts, evenly spaced between yellow lines, waver unsteadily in the lazy morning breeze. In the pool's deep end, distorted through 5 feet of blue-green water, a sunken sink, white elbow pipe veining from its basin, lolls like a discarded metal heart. I guess they just didn't need that sink anymore. They were in the pool. So I've got one more before the big blowout, if that seems time-wise. How does that seem? Or should we go to the, that seems good? Okay. So I used to work one of my dumb jobs. Notice I stepped away conveniently at that moment at downtown in the Loop. And I used to take the Brown line that it's kind of a lyrical line with kind of twisting through parts of downtown. And I used to always see this site above a McDonald's that was along the route of this big room above it. And it inspired this poem here. And it's called Secret Room Above McDonald's. Trains pass by, heads swivel, peering inside. Sparking off tracks illuminates briefly its vacancy. Ronald ascends stairs slowly, breathing labored. His floppy feet maneuver each step with difficulty. In one gloved fist, a rattan whip, souvenir from Vietnam, unconfiscated at customs. Each finger sweats encased in silken threads. Ronald's heart booms a succession of bomb blasts. The stairwell, hidden behind a panel behind the deep fryer, is dark. He flicks a switch disguised as a circuit breaker. Not even the manager is aware of its true purpose. 1 minute he's there, the next, gone. The whip is torqued like a baguette with sisal stripes. It whistles, swishing through the air, left to right, then right to left. Nudging a creaky door with his replaced kneecap, Ronald winces, feeling phantom prickles from shrapnel still shored in his thigh. Light strobes from departing trains. Scraps of paper litter the room's floor. He remains in the shadows, patiently catches his breath. Perspiration streaks pancake makeup, drops of sweat pausing on the underside of his round, red nose. He scratches a shock of hair with the whip's butt. Static electricity crackles in the air. In the far corner, out of sight, a chair, movement, muffled sounds. The customer's stomach gurgles, greedily digesting a Big Mac. Fear animates muscles restrained by straps. After hours of struggling, he still can't get any looser. A large wax cup of spilled Coke blotches black on gray industrial carpeting. Below, cash registers rapidly ring up fast food purchases. The gag in his mouth is thick and wet. The customer identifies a clown materializing out of the darkness and feels suddenly afraid. The customer is always right. So for my final poet tease, I'm going to invite Nana up here to join me to do something unprecedented.
All right.
In the poetry world, kind of, I don't know if you're calling it the poetry centipede or not. I like the idea.
I don't like this term.
I do it because of the unpleasantness of it. It seems like, well, I know, because we're not looking at the directions here, okay?
Oh.
Yeah.
It's too late now.
Yes, it's out there. So this is called $1.99. You can see there's a thematic link here. So here we go. And I'll start. Okay. Glow in the dark and black light super balls.
Cherry, a half-inch oval top wood plug.
Lobster claw harmonica.
Polyester print designer champagne jacquard.
Rayon print snappy stripes.
Cute ninja cable smart wraps.
Lifesavers candy wintergreen.
Coco Chanel logo sticker decals.
Wholesale dog clothes, leashes, collars.
13-inch bamboo stir-fry spatula.
6-pack of ice pop and frozen treat drip catchers.
Sprinkles on top crochet sweater pattern.
Jerry the Felted Bear crochet toy pattern.
Gummy taco factory.
Purple neon disco ball belly ring.
Cool jewel stickers.
100 mommy cards.
Small olive wood crosses.
Rastaman guitar picks.
Downloadable motion backgrounds for your ministry.
Fabulous eyeshadows.
Ambulance dress ball.
Novelty potato spud gun with free stink bombs.
Gold and orange black eyed Susies.
Stu Leonard's weekly specials. London broil.
Banana bells.
Star of David place card holder. Thank you very much. Thank you.